Hi everyone, I'm Paulette Morrissey from Tulip Square, and today I'm going to show you how to make a simple little caddy. A few weeks ago I showed you how to make this tote bag, and today I'm going to show you how to make this little caddy that goes with it. It's normally a little fold-up thing that holds all your crochet hooks and your crochet accessories and pins and scissors and all that kind of stuff, and that is in the pattern. But today I'm going to vary that a little bit in case you're not into crocheting or knitting. I'm going to show you how you can use that same caddy with a few variations, and you can use it for colored pencils or drawing pencils or art paintbrushes or makeup brushes, anything like that, so anything small and long and skinny. So we're going to make a little variation on that, and it's very easy to do, and it's also very easy to alter to your own likes for your own products. So we're going to head over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's easy. All right, to make this caddy that goes with the tote, you're going to start by sewing a piece of your binding to the top edge, to one of the 12-inch edges right here, just to one 12-inch edge. Sew it with a 1/4-inch seam. And then after you've done that, you're just going to flip the binding to the opposite side and stitch it in place. And now what you're going to do is fold up that end just about 4 inches from the edge. And I'm going to pin that in place. Now I'm going to take my binding, my longer piece, and I'm going to start on one side, and I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch or so off the end. And I'm going to sew 1/4-inch seam. Now when I get to about 1/4 inch from the edge, I'm going to stop. Raise the needle and take the whole thing out from under your sewing machine. And then you're going to turn it and put your binding. So this, okay, making sure that these two are lined up. I'm going to put this right here parallel with the previous line. And I'm going to bring this down so that it lines up perfectly here. And then I'm going to slide the ruler out, and I'm going to sew this 1/4-inch seam all the way to the end, to within 1/4 inch again of the corner. Leave a little bit of end at that end also. Now you're going to turn it over. You're going to take that little flap and you're going to bend it, turn it, fold it in a little bit right here, and then up so that it's inside that seam line. And then you're going to fold this over, and that will give you a nice finished end. I'm going to sew close to this binding right along this edge and back tack on the end of this one. Okay, when you get close to the corner, just take your thumb underneath and push it up. Then take the next line, not the line you're in first, the next seam, fold that up, and then just push your finger in here until you can fold this over to make a nice mitered corner right here. Can you see that? Let me get my fingers out of the way. Can you see that mitered corner right there? I'm going to sew. Stop right at the corner of that corner and swirl it around. And then sew the same seam and then do the same thing on the other corner. And then you get close to the end, fold up that raw edge, tuck it in, and fold this over and up and down. Okay, now you can remove your pins, and then if you were making the caddy for your crochet hooks like it is in the pattern, and it's completely explained in the pattern, which you can download at the end of this video, by the way, you would mark a line, you would mark a line 4 inches in here and 4 inches in here, and you would stitch 2 lines, and that's where the caddy would fold up, and you'd put a button on this to close it. But I'm going to show you that you can also make this and make it useful for colored pencils, makeup brushes, art brushes, and you can make as many little slots as you want. And then instead of folding it in thirds, we can put little ties on one end and you can just roll it up. So I'm going to show you that since it's already in the video how to make it for the crochet hooks. So what I'm going to do is mark where I want my lines. So this is 12 inches wide, and I think I'm going to make mine about 3/4 of an inch apart. I think would be plenty. There's one of two ways you can do this. You can either mark right on here, like I can put a mark every 3/4 inches, or I can cut a piece of cardboard 3/4 inches wide and just lay it down and go across. Now I'm going to sew each of these seams, and I've marked them at the top and the bottom. And I'm just going to sew straight lines, and I'm going to back tack at both ends. So once you've got all of those things sewn, and I'm going to have to say 3/4 inches is a little tight. You might want an inch wide, and I ended up with a wide one on the end. But you can make this in any width you want. You don't have to make it just 12 inches. You could make it 18 or 20 or whatever you want. All it is a rectangle that you fold up enough on the bottom to make a pocket to hold the things in place. And then instead of folding it in thirds and putting buttons on it, I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, fold it in half, and I'm just going to stitch it down right about at the middle. Just going to stitch straight across. There, I've just sewn that down. So then when you want to put it away, you just roll this up and you can tie these two. Like so. And it's ready to take with you. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Useful little thing, isn't it? And that's all there is to making this easy little caddy. And remember, in the pattern, it's got little pockets and everything for crochet hooks and crocheting accessories. And we varied it a little bit to show you how useful it would be for art supplies, maybe pencils or paintbrushes or even your makeup brushes, especially when you're traveling. It's a nice little thing. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little notify bell if you'd like to be notified when we have new patterns, because YouTube likes to see all those things so they know that you're liking our videos, and then we can make more free videos for you. The pattern for this, if you're interested, is up in this corner over here. And that's all I have to tell you today. Have a good week. Happy sewing. I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.